Major U.S. cities provide tons of options for premium cabin award travel. When booking from second-tier American cities, however, the options are limited and the points cost are high. So when booking a flight from the U.S. to Italy, I was happy to learn about partner bookings that could help lower the cost of award travel. My flight from Cincinnati to Rome was on British Airways, but I booked with Cathay Pacific to save on points. Here's how I did it. With British Airways having only one flight per day out of Cincinnati, there was no wait at the dedicated business class check-in counter. And the late night departure time meant that security wasn't too bad, but combining TSA PreCheck and Clear made the security wait time almost non-existent. With this being a second-tier city, there is no British Airways lounge for premium cabin travelers. Instead, British Airways contracts with the Escape Lounge for lounge access. The lounge, which opened in 2019, offers food designed by a local chef and a well-stocked bar. Despite being a small lounge that has fairly broad accessibility, I've never seen this space near capacity. The food and drink service is decent, but this lounge is a place that I frequent primarily because it's free. We were notified about boarding through the British Airways app, and we made our way down to meet our 10-year-old Boeing 787-8. Another perk when flying out of second-tier cities is older hard product offerings. The Club World Business Class was introduced in 2006, and while it may have been remarkable at the time, the 232 layout is currently outdated and offers little privacy. British Airways overhauled their international business class offering with the introduction of Club World Suites through the rollout of their new Airbus A350-1000s in August 2019. At the time of this recording, British Airways had not yet retrofitted the 787-8s with Club World Suites. But in late 2024, British Airways introduced two retrofitted -8s with Club World Suites that would occasionally frequent cities like Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. When I arrived at Seat 1J, I was met by an amenity kit from the White Company and a pillow and sheet set. The window and aisle seats are configured the exact same way. The difference is that the window seat provides a touch more privacy as compared to the aisle seat. My two biggest issues with the aisle seat were the lack of privacy and having people reach across your plate during meal service. The partition between the seats can be used to create some space between the two seats, but at mealtimes you'll still be almost face to face with your seatmate. The controls for the partition and the controls for the seat recline adjustments can be found on the wall between the seats. The tray table folds out directly next to the seat controls, and the remote for the IFE can be found on the wall adjacent to the armrest. The 12-inch IFE screen is located above the tray table, and after takeoff can be positioned in front of your seat. The seat also has a fold-down footrest that, when combined with the fully reclined seat, creates a 72-inch bed. This being business class means that you will need to convert the seat into a bed on your own. And the provided sheet set does not include a mattress topper, so you will have to rely on the seat for any support or cushion. Though despite the wear showing on this 9-year-old plane seat, I did manage a few hours of sleep. After settling into the seat, the FA brought over the menu for tonight's flight, and a few minutes after takeoff, the FA came back around to take orders. British Airways allows for an express option for meal service that essentially speeds the pacing of the courses so that you can have more time to rest. For my starter, I chose the bollock salmon, while my wife opted for the cauliflower soup. While the salmon was fine, the cauliflower soup was the better option. I went fish again for the main course, opting for the roasted salmon teriyaki. My wife chose the paneer tikka, and though she disagrees, I think I made the better choice this round. We both chose the lava cake for dessert, and while my cake looked like this, hers looked like this. Presentation aside, the dessert was great. After the meal service was complete, I set up my seat for sleep and watched the IFE before getting some rest. I found the touchscreen to be hit or miss, and when reclined for bed, the screen was too far away to reach. The remote, however, was within easy reach and was very responsive. The movie catalog wasn't the deepest, but most popular movie franchises were available to watch, and the deal between British Airways and Paramount Plus helped to broaden the availability. After a few shows and a nap, the crew began breakfast service. The sole breakfast option was plated and presented in one serving. While it presented well, the chia pudding wasn't my favorite, and the wrap, even though it seemed more appropriate for an economy meal, was surprisingly good. The service was fairly quick, as we were on final approach within minutes after being served. In short order, we taxied to a bus gate, cleared immigration, and made our way to the arrivals lounge. Located in Terminals 3 and 5, the Arrivals Lounge offers a space for travelers to eat, rest, or refresh before departing the airport. The Terminal 5 Lounge is open from 5 a.m. to 2 p.m. and provides a small work area and plenty of quiet seating. The lounge also serves food, and you can help yourself at the buffet or order from your seat using a QR code. Located at one end of the lounge in a labyrinthine layout are the shower suites. You can request to use the suite at the shower suite check-in desk, and you'll be notified once your suite is ready. The showers are well stocked with all the expected hygiene amenities and are clean between uses. After leaving the Arrivals Lounge, we spent part of our 8-hour layover exploring the city. Upon returning to Heathrow, we used the fast-track security line to quickly re-enter the airside and find one of the 2 business-class lounges located with the A-gates. The lounge locations are well marked and even show expected capacity levels. We chose the South Lounge due to the lower expected usage. However, the lounge was pretty much at capacity, so filming was next to impossible. Inside the lounge, you'll find buffet-style food, alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, and a variety of seating options if you can find an open seat. We didn't stay long as our Club Europe flight to Rome was beginning to board. Intra-European business class on this 18-year-old A321 was in a 2-2 layout, where the middle seat was just covered by a table. The FAs on this flight were engaging and fun from pushback to landing, and the meal service was even better than the long-haul offering. And after a few hours, we touched down in Rome, completing our British Airways business class experience. Booking this route directly with British Airways for 2 people would have been either $10,000 or 200,000 points. The same flight using Cathay Pacific's Asia miles was 122,000 points. The taxes convert to about $900 US. I was able to save 78,000 points, and although I paid $200 more in taxes, the points I saved are conservatively worth $780, meaning I still saved roughly $500 by booking through Cathay Pacific. In mid-2024, Cathay increased taxes on British Airways operated flights, meaning a similar booking would now be over $1,500 in taxes, thereby negating any savings by booking through Cathay Pacific. I earned the points for this trip using a sign-up bonus and spending from the Cathay Pacific credit card, anniversary miles from the Capital One Venture X card, and points from spending using my 3 American Express credit cards. Overall, flying business class across the Atlantic is always a great option. However, for the same points, you can find much better hard product by flying through somewhere like New York. But if you live in a second-tier city and want direct flights, you may find yourself in one of BA's outdated club seats if you aren't lucky enough to find club suites available on your route. Yet, no matter how I feel about the value of BA's outdated club seats, thanks for watching.